In the 21st century, people can live and work in just about any city in the world. We work in a global economy, and people will want to live where it's easy to get around, it's attractive, and there's great quality of life.
You can't have a great community unless you have great transportation systems, and it means good roads, it means good bridges, it means buses, it means light rail transit systems, high-speed rail eventually. Multimodal transit systems are the wave of the future.
As I've been in communities that have made these investments, where there's been the vision and they're farther ahead than us, and I see how the community responds. They embrace these investments.
I use the light rail every day to go to work. It's the most inexpensive, best for our environment.
Moving people is a huge thing. Recreation, work, accessibility. I mean, this is an enormously important thing for our economy and for our culture.
I see light rail lifting up the area, building a neighborhood where people can feel comfortable, go a lot of small shops, little local areas, little walking traffic.
There are no Republican or Democratic roads. There are no Republican or Democratic transit systems. These are American infrastructure built by American workers.
I just talked to a bunch of construction workers and I asked them what they were doing before this project. And one was off for 10 months, one was off for 3 years, one moved out of state away from his family to get work, and now they're working right here in Minnesota.
Yes, it puts people to work while we're building, but it also, at the end of the day, provides infrastructure that's essential to get products to market and people to work. What's so exciting about light rail is it's fixed, it's permanent. And when public investments are permanent, then the private market will bring their capital and invest.
St. Paul Area Chamber of Commerce is invested in the transit solution for the Twin Cities because without transit, business comes to a halt.
This region now has a single, modern, efficient transit system. And it took unprecedented partnership, as I said, from many of you here. Government, but most importantly, the business community who never walked away when times got tough.
Riders are ahead of the elected officials, I think. They have used these systems other places. They wonder why we aren't further along here. They are so ready.
I take it to work, every day. Like I said, it's very convenient. And with the rising gas prices, I see a jump in a lot more people using the light rail.
For anyone who says trains are a thing of the past, they haven't been on a modern train. Get on one.
If you haven't used it, go ahead and use it because it's fast.
Especially going to the airport, you don't have to worry about parking. It's very, very convenient.
If this region is going to be competitive in the 21st century, we're going to have a transit system that works. Because if you don't have a transportation system that works, your region is not going to be economically competitive.
The reality is, if we want world-class businesses and a world-class community, we really do need to have a world-class transportation system. And part of that world-class transportation system really has to be a world-class transit system.
It's the best transportation, and I wish they could expand it all the way to St. Paul. It's going to be just awesome. I think it's the best transportation media ever.
Doing this is not only about getting people around, it's about building a city.
Every generation has to invest in the future. If a generation fails to do that, it's not doing its job.
There are no international centers of arts and economy that rely only on cars. It's that simple.